Hey there, blues fans. This is John with the Blues Guitar Institute, and this is your Tuesday Blues lesson number 135. Today, we're going to talk about the other style of Mississippi blues. Think about acoustic blues, chances are that you're going straight to that Delta blues sound, and it's for good reason. We've got some players like Eric Clapton who have over the years really just kind of shone a light on that style of blues. It's kind of always been there, but it's been popularized by some of our great guitar heroes that are around today. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Delta blues is awesome. I love it. But I gotta share with you something that a premium member named Wells Purcell shared with me about a year ago, and it's called Mississippi Hill Country Blues. And it's an altogether different sound of the blues. I mean, it comes from very close to the same region in Mississippi, but it's different, and it's really characterized by this just intense, rhythmic, in-your-face, mean sound. There are very few chord changes happening, but the rhythm, it just really drives it. There's not even a ton of licks. It's just this real simple sort of thing usually happening on the fretboard, and where the magic is in the picking hand. So what we're going to do today is take a piece like the one you just heard called Chasing That Hill Stomp, and we're going to really just kind of break things down, and I think you'll see that this complicated strumming pattern can actually be broken down into these tiny little building blocks of the entire pattern. And once you work through it, I think that you'll be able to get it and put some cool rhythm like this into your blues as we chase that hill country sound. So let's get started. All right, in a lot of Mississippi hill country blues, at least that I've been exposed to so far, you'll hear some strange tunings, but we're going to make things easy on ourselves and keep this in standard tuning, and we're going to really work on this from the key of G. But we're not going to play a standard G chord. The fact is, we're going to be a little lighter on the fretboard than that, and really just play this top chord tone here, this G note on the first string. I'm playing with my ring finger, and then you're going to use your middle finger to do some of the work here around this third fret, fourth string, this F note here. And that's the very first move of this pattern. We're going to think of this as these little tiny combinations of moves, maybe 3 moves, that once you kind of put it together, you'll build out a bar that then can repeat on itself. It's all about taking things slow and chunking it into small, small pieces. And this is the very first piece. We'll do this blues bend on the 4th string, 3rd fret, and you'll bend it out of tune, like we're pulling it sharp. And then at the top of the bend, take your thumb on your picking hand and come back to the string and just stop it from ringing. And then release the bend. You don't want to hear this. You want to hear this. After that, hit the open string, and then a brush up in the top 3 strings. Again, this G note here is held down on the 1st string. So that's the first chunk, really, of this component of this, and then we're going to do another bass and brush stroke up. For the next little segment, we're going to pull off on the 4th string, 3rd fret to the open string, and then hit the open 3rd string, and then a brush up. So we're kind of rolling through that. So once you put these 3 little tiny parts together, this is what you get. Here's the first part, the second, the third. First, second, third. And then we're going to have one final little part here where we just do a brush up across the top 3 strings, then the open 4th, and then a brush up. So here's what this sounds like put together with all 4 of those little tiny, tiny building blocks. kind of broke it up there in time so that you can really hear the different parts. But now let's play it at a slow tempo, but all together in time. There is quite a lot of ringing out going. As a matter of fact, except for this bend that stopped, almost every other note that you're striking here just rings loud and proud. And that's part of what creates this big sound from just a few moves. So what you want to do is practice this until you can loop it over on itself and play it several times in a row perfectly. And of course, over time, you'll want to speed things up. Once you reach that part where you've got it up to a real nice tempo and you can play it over and over again, you'll really get stuck in the groove and you'll hardly want to leave. But we are going to throw a different sort of pattern. We'll break our stride just a little bit as we move into a chord change. And we're going to use this C7 here. So I'm barring across the 5th fret on the top 4 strings, even this first string, but I'm going to put my finger down on the first string 6th fret. This note here gives it that real C dominant 7 sound. And we're going to slide into that shape. So we're going to hit the bass twice. One's the slide. And then drag up through the top 2 or 3 strings. Then we're going to go bass like that. So there's a little bit of a stutter there, if you will. The first time, you're hitting the chord solid on the upstroke, but the second time, you're pulling off, and you're going to expose this A note here under the bar. So that's why you want to slide in and have that bar intact across all 4 strings. And then we're going to do a similar move to what we've done before. So we just do bass, upstroke, and then a quick up, bass, up. And that's the pattern. And you'll notice that when I played this at the very beginning of the video, we also played the same pattern up 2 frets, just moving us into the D7 sound. And the key will be, can you change between the 2 parts, between this G and this D7, or this C7 rather. And of course, change back down from the C to the G, and of course work in the D7 up here as well. Let's play through this real slowly, and I'll play through the actual arrangement that's in the tab and that I played at the opening of this. I'll play a real slow tempo and just really focus on the rhythm here. Watch my picking hand. That's where the action is in this lesson, no doubt about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now here's the same piece played at a real fast tempo. I hope you really dig this Mississippi Hill Country style of blues. It's definitely lesser known, and there are just a few guys that absolutely typify this sound. And you got to check out R.L. Burnside. You got to check out Robert Belfour, and put those records on, give them a spin, and then really just get into it. That sound just grabs you. It hits you right in the chest. It's dirty, it's mean, and it is full speed ahead. And I absolutely love it. And I hope that this lesson has kind of shed some light for you that, while that sound is super big and complex sounding, when you break it down to the strokes and really just kind of build the pattern brick by brick, that you can accomplish this too on the guitar. If you like what you just saw and you learned something, then hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. That's a great way to show your support for these lessons, which are coming out for free every single Tuesday, just to share this great blues music with as many people as possible. But if you want to take things further, then I invite you to check out Premium Membership with BGI. You can get the tab to this Tuesday Blues lesson and all the Tuesday Blues lessons, as well as a new organized course coming out every single month inside the premium members area. Just go to bluesguitarinstitute.com and sign up for premium membership. That's it for this lesson. Make sure that you practice hard and play on.